This is the Carty Method Podcast.
Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Carty Method Podcast. It is me, your favorite photographer. I hope I'm your favorite photographer. It's me, I'm Carty. I am a professional photographer. I've been doing this for 34 years, not YouTube, in fact, but being a professional photographer, taking pictures of the faces of today's generation. I've been doing it since 1990 professionally. This is my 35th year as a professional photographer. It's pretty crazy. Today is your favorite show of the week. And also, little slight set changes. Not sure if you guys are noticing. Little bit of a camera angle change with this one. My head was a little too low in the screen. My lines weren't straight. Also, little monitor in the background and a little bit of a dome light, little headlight here. A little bit of a change. If you are watching me live, thank you for being here. And speaking of watching me live, we have some new changes coming up starting on Sunday. We are doing all of these live streams are going to be members only, meaning if you're not a member, you're not going to be able to watch me live. So that's like, again, I'm trying to find 1,000 true fans. If you're a true fan of what I'm doing here on this channel and you believe in this and you want to help me make more content, continue to make amazing content, becoming a member is how you do it. So members only live streams. If you're not a member, you're going to be able to watch my programming like always. It'll just be after my live stream because my lives are commercial free. And in order for me to continue to offer you commercial free live streams, nice screenshot. In order for me to continue to offer you commercial free live streams, I have to do them for my members. And again, I'm showing you that I'm 100% dedicated to you by being here 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 12 noon. And also more interaction with chat, more Q&As after the end of the stream, and more secret live streams for my viewers. So if you want to watch me live, and if you have been watching me live and you don't have a crown next to your name in chat, you're not going to be able to watch me live as of Sunday. So I want you to be able to watch me. So please consider becoming a member. Also, I give assignments every week. I give an assignment at the end of Tuesday's show. Is that if you're smart, you watch Tuesday, because Tuesday I tell you what the assignment is, but then I tell you again and I post that assignment on Thursday. And then you have until next week, Wednesday, to post that assignment. So I'm going to tell you what the brief is, the brief that I gave last week for this week's assignment. So these are the photos that I'll be looking at on Thursday. The assignment is called Strategic Imperfection, where I'm asking you to create an image that highlights how perfection is an illusion. And I'm asking you to strive for authenticity, oddity, humor, or imperfection in a strategic way for consumers to take notice. The whole idea is I'm trying to get you to learn how to stop the scroll using divergent thinking and by highlighting imperfection. And double page spreads are allowed. Again, I'm looking at these photos on Thursday. You can shoot horizontal or vertical. If you're a people photographer, you could show a person making an obvious error while performing a task. You could document someone who should be expected to look a certain way, but they don't, or they should look perfect, but they're disheveled. You could shoot something humorous in an authentic way. And if you shoot places, you could shoot an immaculate space with one element that's kind of messed up or out of alignment. Or you could show perfect symmetry, perfect symmetrical architecture, but with one intentionally misaligned element. And if you shoot things, you could do a lineup of identical objects, but then one flawed one. You could show a perfect setup disrupted by some chaos. That's the assignment. It's strategic imperfection. It's due tomorrow midnight, and I will be looking at those photos on Thursday, which is our very next show. So I've talked about my members only, and again, please consider being a member. Understand also, I gifted 15 memberships this month. YouTube gives us creators 10 memberships to gift away every month. But then those extra 5 I actually paid for you to actually have a membership. So I gifted 5 extra. I'm still going to gift memberships every month, although I'll be doing them during secret live streams. If you ever catch now, come on from here on in. If you see me live and it's not members only, that means I'm gifting. So if you're one of those people who are just waiting around for someone to pay your way, those would be the streams to hang out to. So let's get into this week's portfolio photos. Tuesdays, I want to see photos from your portfolio that you're considering, for your portfolio. We'll call them portfolio considerations. These pictures you need my eyes on because you're not quite sure whether they should be in your book or not. And what that does is it gives you a professional's eye on your work. And again, I actually get to learn whether you're where you are as a photographer. Kurt Wall, look at you rock star, jumping up here with what we call a sign up. Thanks, Kurt. Appreciate you. What I like to do, Kurt, by the way, just in case you don't know, when you become a member, I put on the smoke and I give you a little bit of a light show. So I appreciate you, Kurt. Welcome to the crew, and you'll see I have the nicest chat, the nicest people who are here all welcoming you and being, my people are just nice, man. There's no other way to say it. Kurt Wall. Look, I'm putting your name right here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Kurt Wall to the crew. All right. Let's get into our submission, shall we? Starting with Mr. Dennis Gibson. And by the way, also, part of the whole being a member thing is you get to control my stream. If you type commands, you'll learn all the different things that you can do. Just type, command is the exclamation mark, by the way. Commands, you'll see a list. This is now all the things that you can do here on my channel now that you're a member. All right, Dennis. Dennis Gibson says, this is my first submission for review. Well, welcome, Dennis. Glad you're here. I'm still working out what will be my niche. I'd like to be a family travel photographer for the elites to capture their moments anytime, anywhere. That's a crapshoot and a bit of a pipe dream and not really a niche. But I'll help you with that, Dennis, if you stay the course and stay here with me. Here's a photo representing the beauty of Central Florida adventures. So you'd like your niche to be a family travel photographer for the elites. That's not a niche. Just FYI, Dennis. Dennis, that's not a niche. That's a wish. That's like, I want to be flown all over the world to shoot people's exotic cars. It's like, okay, the niche is you want to be a car photographer. What you're talking about is a dream. Like, I wish, and again, let's look at the work. And before we talk about your niche, let's look at the work. This is Dennis Gibson. Dennis, thanks for submitting, by the way. Dennis Gibson. So, Dennis, off the top of, there's a couple things. First of all, the first thing I see is the horizon line is 2 things. 1, crooked, B, dead center. So if we drop the horizon, or if we draw a line across the horizon, so we'll just try to catch it as well as I can. So if we draw our line across the horizon, your photo is a little crooked, as you can see. And also the horizon line is quite dead center. In these kinds of photos, you have to decide what's the most important. And is the most important thing to you the sky? Is it the sky up here? or is it the boat in the water down here? In this case, right now it's both, and it's also quite centered. So I want to show you, what this would look like if it was a double page spread, meaning a travel magazine hired you to shoot a double page feature. And this is the photo that you gave them. This is what the art director is going to do. The art director is going to drop their layout over top and say, where am I going to put this photo? Because now it very much seems like this is now on the gutter, meaning this is the center of the magazine. If this is the most important thing, shouldn't it drop here or shouldn't it drop here? Right? So in you dropping your most important thing on a horizontal frame, dead center, it's compositionally incorrect. Exposure wise, Dennis, if we look in here into your shadow details, hello, give me a zoomy. There we go. If we look in here into your shadow detail, you can see a lot of noise, and that noise comes from underexposure. So, and also you notice it's quite gray, and that grayness is also from underexposure. You can't get black when you're underexposed and get the rest of the picture exposed the way that you want it to be. So this photo is underexposed. And the reason is because, again, it's backlit. You're aiming at something bright. It sees the sky, and it's also seeing this brightness in here. And then it wants to expose for that. That's why your shadows are underexposed. And then lastly, when I look at this photo a little close, let me look at it at 100%. This is at 100%. When I look at this picture at 100%, it kind of falls apart back here in the shadow detail. It looks almost like you're doing some sort of denoise or something in post-production that is actually really killing your photography. As you can see here, the fractaling or whatever this line is called, because of what you're doing in post-production. And also this is no longer trees. It just looks like blur. So you're taking your photograph in post-production and kind of turning it into a painting. So please watch what you're doing in post. I'm not sure if you shot this with the drone or you shot this with, let me just see if you included, you shot this with a Leica MP11. So you're shooting this with like a $10,000 camera. Okay. So you still have to, like, composition is more important than ever. Composition is more important than ever. And I know shooting with a rangefinder, I want the Leica that you own. But again, shooting with a rangefinder, you really have to watch the focus. You really have to watch the composition, your framing. In this case, for me, I would have pushed the skyline way higher. I would have pushed the horizon up here. I would have made it all about the waterway. And then I would have moved myself this way so I could have the boat look like it's coming in like that. So that the boat would actually go through and end up here. So these are all ideas for you, Dennis. I hope this brings you value. Thank you so much for submitting. Again, I want you to still remember you're taking pictures and not making pictures. I want you to move into the area where you're executing ideas. Like this, I have an idea for a photo, and then you put the elements together and then you make that picture. Like, it's very different. Like when you're taking pictures of what you see and then trying to figure out where they fit. That's why you're saying, oh, well, I could be a photographer that shoots for the elites in, like, it's not who hires photographers. So yeah, that's, all of that. Dennis, please book me for a consult. I'd love to talk to you, or have somebody from my team talk to you just about how to hone your niche. And also I recommend phase 0, which is, setting your stage. It is on, I'll talk about that a little bit, later, but yes, you definitely need that that course. All right, guys, that was our first shooter, Dennis Gibson. Dennis, thanks for submitting. I don't think it's quite a portfolio picture yet because there's no idea. It's just a pretty scene with a boat. So we have to push a little bit harder. All right, this is Kivian Durrett. Kivian says, good afternoon, Carty. My name is Kivian. I'm a new photographer. I recently got out of the military and am ready to start my career as a photographer. I love the street look while including faces. Thanks for your feedback. I have no problem with you tearing this apart. Please do. I'll be taking notes. Thanks once again. A7R5, 28 to 70 f2 at 56 millimeter, ISO 4000, f2 at 80th of a second with a Godox on-camera flash. First of all, ISO 4000 you don't need. Please don't shoot ISO 4000, and you definitely don't need ISO 4000 when you're shooting with a flash. All right, let's look at Kivian Durrett. Kivian, let's see what we doing. Kivian, thanks for submitting. So you're shooting at low ISO. I mean, first of all, the first thing that I want to say is thanks for submitting. And you're a portrait photographer, and you attempted to shoot a portrait at night. There's a couple of things about this photo. First of all, you're shooting vertical, which is great, but you're dropping your subject still dead center. Your subject still is right through this, like right in the center of the frame, like literally right in the center, which is too low in the frame. And because you've dropped his head so low in the frame, where are his hands? Like his hands are cut off, which looks incredibly strange because you've left so much room up there. Like if you're shooting with a mirrorless, you can put him wherever you want him, and he will, like, the focus will grab. Second thing is the eye tracking. Why is he looking over there? Why is he looking over there? What's over there that's more important than the guy who's taking his photo? The eye contact creates disconnection. Okay, the eye contact, the lack of eye contact creates the disconnection. So there is no, I'm pulled in to this guy because I now am looking I'm looking here because that's where he's looking. So it's now you want the person to look at your photo, but now I'm doing what he's doing. So I'm looking now away from your photo, but then I don't get rewarded. With anything. So now I'm pissed off at you. So eye contact. I can't express to you how important eye contact is. Also framing. Now let's look at this as a cover. You can understand that this can't go on a cover because there's no connection with the person on the cover because they're looking off. So let's look at this a little bit closer because I want to see what your, shooting your camera at ISO 4000, it holds up, but why would you take a sensor that's so good and then basically like when you're using ISO 4000, you're only really exposing the big pieces of exposure here. So, and also you see his nose is tracking this way, but his eyes are tracking on the other side of his nose. His eyes are tracking left to the right of his nose, which means now all we're getting is eye goo on both sides. We're not actually seeing his eyes at all. So you're shooting veins instead of shooting eye contact. So the nose always tracks where the eyes go. The eyes always track where the nose goes. So watch me. I'm not looking like this and letting you take a picture, or like this and letting you take a picture, because this is ugly. Like, you see, that's eye goo. What we're doing is the face look this way, the eyes track where the nose is. Face looks this way, eyes track where the nose is. So your eyes are always in the center of your eye holes. You see what I'm saying? If I look this way, I'm tracking this way, and my eyes are looking where my nose is. If I'm here, my eyes are looking where my nose is. If I'm here, my eyes are looking where my nose is. Look what happens when I go like this and look further than where my nose is. Eye goo. That's lesson 101. for how to place eyeballs in a face. So I'm not trying to rip you. I just, again, your ISO is too high, and don't use on-camera flash. It's weak. It's literally not only, it's the lowest common denominator of light. Like, buy a handheld LED light and like hold the LED light above your head. Like, have an assistant hold the LED light. Get a portable strobe on an umbrella, or like on a stand with an umbrella or a softbox. Like, go further than on-camera flash, because it is like, that's what amateurs do, and you're trying to be a photographer. So, and the location, our eye's gonna go to the brightest thing. So my eye's going here, and then where his head is, it's competing with all of this other stuff behind him. So why not shoot him this way, down the street, and have all of, like, now he's here standing, you're showing his hands, and then down the street this way you have all of those lights, blah 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 blah, and then down the street this way you have all of those lights, blah 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 blah, and then he's standing on the street, which is also converging on him, and then all lines lead to him. Instead, you're like, if this is the street and this is him, you're standing here and shooting him that way, so you see just wall, instead of standing here and shooting that way and getting converging lines on all sides with him standing in the center. You follow me? Again, this is why people watch my channel, because I'm a bit of like, I'm like Rain Man when it comes to photography and all that stuff, or at least I try to be. I hope that brings you value. For me, you're getting applause in the smoke for submitting. Your exposure is pretty close. But again, it's like the styling, it's a little jock for the location. I would love to have him just in regular street clothes. And I know for him that's regular street clothes, but this is an NFL uniform. You know what I mean? I want you to also think like the NFL jersey. Jerseys are really like not really a thing right now as far as streetwear. They haven't been for a while. So he's kind of also off fashion. So that's all things, if you're trying to be a people photographer, all things to watch. All right. That, my friends, was Kivian Durrett. Kivian, thanks for submitting, my guy. Welcome. All right. Next up, we got the man named Romeo Fowler. Romeo's been watching me for a while. And Mr. Fowler says, "Hey, fellow creators, blessings. My sub shot on Fujifilm X-T3 85mm 1.2, shot at f.2, ISO 160. Shutter speed was 1/100th of a second. Oh, sorry. Shutter speed was 1,000th of a second. Natural light with reflector. Thanks. One love." This is the one they call Romeo Fowler. Romeo, this is something. You have something here. It's just the underlight. What's happening is there's too much reflector underneath. Too much. And or you used the silver side. When you're using the silver side of the reflector, oftentimes, like, you're supposed to use the silver when you're in shade, like hard shade. This is really bright shade that you're using this reflector, and what it's actually doing is it's doing uplight, like that light when you hold a flashlight under your chin at Halloween and you go oogity boogity, oogity boogity with a flashlight. That's what's happening here, and you can see that because of the shadow that she's getting on the top of her nose and the shadow that she's getting inside here. So for me, the shadow that's on her nose is the thing is the most distracting. In this situation, like, you actually hold the reflector above you. Like, the reflector goes up here in this case. And I know she's got such a crazy hood, and the hood is coming out like this far. So because the hood is coming out so far, Well, if you put the reflector there, the light's not going to hit her face. So you have to adjust the hood. So you pull the hood back. So her face comes out of the hood more. Like, you have to do that. Because the hood is way out here, the only way that you can get light in is from underneath, and then you're underlighting her. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at how far out this hood comes. Like, her face is literally like 4 inches back or more. So because of that, Romeo, and the underlight, I'm not sure if this is a picture that you can use for your portfolio. And also, she's pulling her head back on top of everything. She's pulling her chin back. So she's inside the hood. The hood is way out, and she's pulling her chin back, which is essentially, if her hair wasn't here, she'd have a double chin. And again, she has a bit of a double chin. So how you fix that is by not letting her pull back. You have to have her accentuate. Like, she literally has to accentuate, like exaggerate is what I'm trying to say. Not accentuate, exaggerate. Just to like, she's pulling back. So she has to, and then drop her chin down in order to create a little bit of a shadow underneath. She's not creating any shadow underneath. So we're actually seeing underneath there. So we can see that her chin and her neck are almost one thing. So that again is placement. For me, super sharp, good exposure. It's very clean. But for those reasons, I'm not sure that you can use this picture in your book, Romeo. Again, if somebody has a big hood like that, if you guys are at home and you're shooting in the winter and your subject or your wifey or your girlfriend or whatever has like a huge hood that's literally like back here, and her face is way in the back of the hood and the hood is way out like that, just pull the hood back so the hood comes like around like this, so light can hit the face from the front, and preferably from the front top, so it doesn't have that Halloween look. And also, everybody, FYI, when you're shooting a subject, whoever you're shooting, this is what guys do. Guys do back and to the left. Guys do back and to the left, right? So you have to correct and be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Stop that. You have to correct them. Bring their head to the front, stick their chin out, and go like that. So now, doesn't that look better? Or, and then women do this. Women do this. Oh, you want to take a picture? They pull back. They pull back. And if they have a double chin, then they have 30 chins because they go like this. So what you have to do if you're shooting women is, ladies, please, if someone's taking your picture, think of it like this. Put your chin on a table. And men, if you're taking pictures of a lady, say this. Pretend you're putting your chin on a table. So stick your chin out, put it on a table. Like that. Just that. Stick your chin out and put it on a table. And look at what that looks like from the front. Back. Or, so it's just head angle, and then it strengthens all the muscles back here because they're forcing it out rather than pulling back, which just makes under here look like a mess. So these are corrections, and it's called direction. You know, when you're shooting your subjects, this is what you're telling them to do. You're directing them. And tomorrow I'm going to be shooting, and I don't know. I might live stream. I'm shooting a whole bunch of millionaires. I don't know if my client's gonna let me live stream it, but if you're a member, you might. I might be able to live stream my setup or something like that. But there might be no talking because it's hard. It's really hard sometimes when I'm doing client work for me to bring you along. But when I'm doing personal work or when I'm like shooting creative stuff, shooting models and stuff like that, just for my book, oh, I love bringing you guys along. It's fun. I love, and that's why I'm making my members, my live streams like paywalled, because they're just going to be too good. And they're already pretty damn good. And I do this all on my own. I produce it all on my own and built this room and like built the feature wall and built all my built like all the tables in here and that one and my girl's desk, and like I put a lot of effort into these live streams, and I'm always tweaking and always trying to make it like a great experience for you. So because of that, Creating content for you on YouTube has been an incredible journey, and I cannot thank you enough for your support. If my videos are helping you with your photography business, I've got something super exciting to share: the Carty Method YouTube memberships. When you hit the join button, you unlock exclusive perks that take your experience with me to the next level. Here's what's in it for you. First, your support keeps all my live broadcasts completely ad-free. No distractions, just pure focus on growing your photography skills and business. Second, you get access to my members-only community posts where I share behind-the-scenes updates. I give you sneak peeks of upcoming shoots and projects that I'm working on. Third, you're going to stand out in my chat with a crown badge next to your name that upgrades the longer that you're a member. It's a slick way to show your support and be recognized in the community. And let's talk about those custom emotes. These are photography related, exclusive to members, and perfect for making your comments in my live chat stand out. Joining unlocks exclusive live streams and live chats, which give you access to secret, unscheduled content. Just last month, I brought members into the studio to watch me light, shoot, and direct a subject. This kind of insider content is only for members. And here's the big one. Your questions get priority answers in my comments. It's like having a fast pass for personalized feedback. All of this is yours for just $4.99 a month. That's $5. Your support helps me create even better content, connect with you in new ways, and grow this incredible community. And by the way, whether you choose to join or not, I want you to know how much I appreciate you being here. Together, we're building a very strong, vibrant photography community. My number one goal is to help you turn your photography dreams into reality. So if you're ready to take it to the next level, hit that join button right now.
All right, people. Are you ready for your next submission? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you with me? You having a good time?
I hope you're having a good time. Again, I do this for you too. Honestly, I do this. These guys have been watching me since they were in their 40s. Look at them. They're all old now. Our next photographer is the mighty Rafael Ortiz. Rafael says, "Hey, Carty and crew. This photo is from a session taken this month. It's for a high school graduate, shot in studio, tethered with review screen. Nikon D850, 85mm, 1.4. ISO 200, it's actually ISO, f8 2/50th of a second. Shot with a studio strobe in a 42-inch round softbox, 40-degree camera right. And one speed light facing the background with a white diffusion dome attached behind subject. One curved eyeliner reflector below the subject." All right, let's see what you got for me this week, Rafael. I was a little upset last week. Rafael Ortiz. Rafael. All right, mister. Let's have a look at this. I like what you're doing here. It's clean. We're getting a little bit of blue happening in the shadow detail in here. Just a little bit of blue. That has to do with your light placement. Again, when you're doing a perfect white, this isn't a perfect white because you just tucked you're doing, this is called a dirty white. And that's why it's a little muddy down here and over here. This is the white that you're doing. You're doing a subject here. You have your main light here. You have your under reflector here. Your camera is, let me just hide my ass here. Your camera is here. And then you put a speed light right here with a dome, and then you're now trying to just light the background like that. Yes or yes. I'm going to show you how you do a perfect white. How you light a white is background here. You measure, and again, this distance here will be 9 foot. Okay. Then your subject, your light at the edge of the 9 foot, you use a tape measure and you measure out here 4 foot. And then you place one light here at the 4 foot mark. Let me put this here at the 4 foot mark. And the 4 foot mark will probably be there. You place your light, and you also make sure you know the center mark. So you know your center mark, and then over here at the 4 foot mark, you also place the light. Now, these lights are both at the same height. Doesn't even say height, not even close. Same height, same power. And they're also studio lights. They're not speed lights, for God's sakes. So these are both 4 foot across. Then now it's about place, it's about distance, and they're also the same height, same power. So now this light, you aim this light so it hits here. So this light is aimed so it hits here. This light is aimed so it hits here. And then you do light meter readings across your wall. And you take a light meter reading here, 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 here. And the goal is that you're trying to get within 1/10 of a stop across the entire back. And for me, I aim for F22. So I have F22 on the background, and the lights are coming in from the side. And then now that I have that, next, while I keep those lights on, if I put my subject here, they're going to have too much bleed on their face with the light. So you have to move your subject, and you keep moving your subject forward, forward, forward. I'm going to erase this and start a new one. 4 foot light here, 4 foot light here, aimed at the center points here. This light is aimed here. This light is aimed here. You have F22 across the back, right? Now, with these 2 lights placed, you now have to find your X for your subject. So what you do is you put your subject here, and then you have your subject walk forward until there's no catch from the rear lights touching the nose. Once there's no rear lights touching the nose, then you draw an X. And it's usually about there. And that X becomes where your subject stands. Now you're here, and you have beautiful bleed that's happening on your subject on both sides. And then you turn this light off, then you place your front light. You know you have F22 in the back. You know you want your front to be 2 stops less than F22. That means F16. That means F11. That means now you're trying to get on this spot F11. Once you achieve F11 with this front light, wherever you decide to place it, now you have F11 here. You have F22 on the background. Now you turn this light back on. You turn this light back on. This light is now also on, and now you can shoot. So that is a perfect white. And if you're wondering what a perfect white then looks like, a perfect white then ends up looking, oops, that's not it. A perfect white then ends up looking like this. And you can see there's no, it's even F22. It's even white all, and you can't even see where the edge of the frame is because my website's white, which you can see it cutting off right here, but you can't see the difference between the white in studio and the white here, and it's in camera with no whitening done in post. So that is literally how you do a perfect white. Again, another example of what a perfect white looks like in studio. Perfect white. So you can see, and you also see this highlight here and this highlight here. That's based on placement. You also see the nose shadow here based on the front light, and the catch light here, and my under reflector here, which is filling in the shadows up here and filling in these shadows just a touch. So perfect white. Does that help you? Does that help you, Raphael? So this is called a dirty white. And also you're letting her pull her chin back. You're letting her pull her chin back. Yes or yes. She's pulling back. Yes or yes. Right? So you can see because of that, the whole goal, secret time, is to never be able to see under here. Never see under here, which means they have to, you can't have somebody at an angle where you can see under here. It's ugly. So Extend her chin out and down. And if you had done that with this picture, she wouldn't have a double chin. And she wouldn't have this extra shadow right here and down here. So next time, Raphael, the light is clean. The light's clean. Let's look at this at 100%. I want you to work on skin retouching. I don't think you're doing a lot, but you're doing enough for me to see the blur that you're doing in here. You're doing it enough for me to see the blur that you're doing in here and under her nose and over here. So, and this girl has hella dry skin. Hey, Ebe Basto, welcome. You see this? This girl has hella dry skin. I mean, when you're a white girl and your skin's dry like this, it's rough. Again, this is hard for you to be able to fix. And then also the clenchy smile, you can see that the smile's a little bit forced because she's doing that. Again, she's got braces. She's just getting used to them, but it's up to you to make her loose, make her have her head in the right head angle, and make her loose. Guys, that is Raphael Ortiz. Thanks for submitting, Raphael. I hope that helps you. All right, this is Ian Martin. Ian says, I've been MIA for a bit, but I haven't stopped creating. I added a strobe to my kit and am exploring new styles. Good for you. Fuji X-T5, 27mm 1.2, ISO 125, f8 at a 60th of a second. One Godox AD600, and it's a composite of several images. This is Ian Martin. Ian, I really want to see the front of this car. I really want to see the front of this Bugatti. You're showing me the ass of it. I want to see the front of it. I'm sure you have other images, but if you're pulling that hero image has to be the side of the car. So we're seeing the car from the side. It has to be like you're shooting this on the 3/4 from the back. You need to shoot it on the 3/4 from the front. From the front. Like, I know the back of this car, this is a shot that we see when you look through all the shots of the car, but when you're showing just one, I want to see a different perspective of this Bugatti than this. Other than that, my guy Ian Martin, this is fuego. Very good detail, very, very well shot. Super clean. You mentioned you made a composite of several images in order to get the focusing right. Like, look at the details though. Like the details on the tires. Like, again, there's such incredible sweeping lines on the side of this. There's lines that are on this car all over, and you had to just choose one perspective to deliver to me. Like, again, for me, seeing the back end of this car, yeah, but there's so much more to this car that you're leaving out by only giving me this perspective. But this is shot immaculately though, like really well done all the way down to the concrete. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more shadow detail under the car, Ian. Like, and again, that's exposure. Just a touch more shadow detail so I can see possibly a little bit of the inside of these wheels. Because again, look at how crazy these wheels are. So being able to see the underside just a touch and not like it just go a little bit black under there would be nice. I wouldn't mind a little bit of a lower stance. But again, I'm being nitpicky. I really just want to see a different perspective of this car. But as a car photo, Ian, you're back for sure. This is an 11 for me. This is my first 11 of the day. Very well done. This is great. I just want to see the other, my other perspectives. Please submit more shots of this car. I really do need to see other perspectives of this car. Very well done. Yeah, good shit. That's Ian. Ian shoots supercars. All right, this is our next photographer. His name's Joshua Haney. Joshua says, following up on my last submission, another image from the photo shoot. Found one that he's centered and I kept it in color. R6 85mm 2.0. Currently my go-to for work lately. I love the 85. It's amazing. ISO 100 f2. Again, try not to shoot it right wide open though, eh? Like that 85, although it's a super sharp lens, it's a f2. It's not sharpest at f2. It's going to be the sharpest at f, like 1 1/3 or 1 2/3 or 2.5 stops down from wide open, and it still is buttery bokeh. The thing that when you're shooting 85 wide open is the depth is so shallow. 100 f2 of 100th of a second, natural light on location downtown. This is Joshua Haney. Joshua. Yeah, I like this. I like this way better squared up, Joshua, to be honest. I really do. This is a different edit of a shoot that he submitted last week where I didn't really love the angle, but him squared up definitely works. The exposure is good. Let me show you this as a cover. Like, come on. It's way better. It's way, 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 way better. His chin could be pushed out just a little bit more. Like he's pulling back just a bit. He could project forward just a touch more, but compositionally strong. Look at this as an 8x10. You can see it's a little bit more claustrophobic as an 8x10, but it still works. Whether you decide to cut off whether you decide to go low and cut off his afro a little bit, or whether you decide to go here and keep it clean. It works both ways, Joshua. This is a yes for me. This is a yes. Well done. Yeah, I like this much better. And funny enough, this one I'd love in black and white. This one I'd love in black and white. You'll notice it's a bit mixed light in the background. You can see this looks a little tungsten. I don't know what I'm doing there. Tungsten. It looks a little tungsten. And if you're matching color balance here, which this looks very white, I'm meaning neutral, but then the background's very warm. So it's like artificial light behind, but he's lit with natural light. So that mixed lighting is a little tricky, which is what I do in these situations is do black and white. But still, I think you killed it. You did very well. Very well. Very well. That's Joshua Haney. Well done, Joshua. Taylor loves it. All right. Good shit. You guys in a good mood? You feeling me? All right. Tia Dunlap's next. Tia says, hello, everybody. This is a part of a series I created working with foil sheets. I was inspired by one of my favorite shows called The Walking Dead. There was a character on the show named Mikani, or I don't know, that my client resembled. My goal was to create this picture underexposed with a bluish undertone so the gold flake would stand out. Shot in studio. 5D Mark IV 70-200 flashpoint strobe. This is Tia Dunlop. Tia. See what you're doing. See what you're trying to do. The exposure, it doesn't work. The underexposure doesn't work, and the light placement doesn't work. You're lighting her from, like, if she's standing here and this is the background, you're lighting her off axis, but her face is on this side, right? So you're hitting her shoulder more so than you're hitting the front of her face, and you can see then her eye is shadowed, and this whole line in the inside of her eye is just not flattering. And then also the intentional underexposure is just not helping you. Like, don't underexpose intentionally in studio. Like, Tia, you're not ready yet. And this isn't an offense. It's like, I've been shooting for 34 years. I've done like this underexposure thing like once. And I got to tell you, like, I don't show this photo. And again, the execution is not bad, but yeah, I don't watch TV, by the way. Sorry. Yeah, the exposure it's making, and also the dark hair, dark background, all of this makes it like not work. Like it doesn't work. The hair on the dark background and then also underexposed. And then also the oil on the skin ends up not working with her. It makes her look oily. So, and then it just looks messy, Tia. I know what you're trying to do, but what you're actually trying to do is you're trying to be photographer, makeup artist, and stylist, right? And which one of those jobs do you actually want to do? I'm sure it's photographer that you want to watch, right? I'm sure you want to be a photographer. So why are you trying to be a stylist? Because the stylist is the one that does these kinds of fashion gold flake details. For me, it just looks messy. It just looks messy. So because of that, for me, this is a miss. And technically, Tia, I'm not sure what you're doing to your files, but the underexposure, like it looks like this is at 100%, and you're shooting with like a high megapixel camera, but you would agree that this file does not look like it came out of a 5D Mark IV. Would you agree? And again, that's because of what you're doing in post. So I think you need to get back to zero with the exposure, and we're trying to find and also light. You can't light an eyeball. Look at what's happening in her eye. Like you see when I'm zoomed in here, you see how her eye is actually only this part of her eye is lit, and then with the shadow it actually brings this eye groove and that groove together. So you're putting this half moon of darkness in her eye. We're losing the white of her eye. We're losing her eyeball completely. The only thing that tells you it is this catch light here. So this is a bit of a miss for me, Tia. And again, I want you to see this as a double page spread. And as a double page spread, it's a miss too, because look, first you're cutting her finger here and she's kissing the gutter, which means all of this part of her face here is going to be very strange in the magazine when it pushes in like this. So you're going to lose her lips because you're too close to the gutter. You can agree that this part of her hair isn't that important. It's because you're composing on the thirds. And I've talked about this literally every episode. You're putting her on the thirds. So you dropped her on the third. Oops, that's not a straight line. That tool. You dropped her on the third right there, right? Like identically on the third. And then you almost put her hand on the next third, right? You're not thinking at all about double page spreads or how this works in a magazine. So for a lot of reasons for me, Tia, this one doesn't work. Avoid side light on a profile. Like there's so many things that don't work here. The profile, the pose, like, yeah, this is a miss for me, Tia. All right, that is Tia Dunlop, everybody. All right, this is, again, I'm reminding you, you're watching me live. You might not be a member. And again, if you don't have a crown next to your name, it means you're not a member. And again, you might be just watching at home and enjoying, and I appreciate that. I mean, obviously, all you guys are watching at home, but I'm just reminding you that as of Sunday, all of my live streams are going to be members only. My commercial-free live streams that I'm doing, like you're watching right now, I'm going to be doing just for my members. So if you'd like to continue to enjoy my live streams, please consider becoming a member. Liaz Gomez, welcome. Liaz, welcome. All right, let's get into Ramon Trotman. Ramon says, "Good day, beautiful people. This was captured at a Sweet 16. This moment was her dress changing and getting ready to hit the dance floor with her friends. Sony A7 IV Tamron 28-75 2.8, ISO 1250, 1/25 of a second at f4. Bounce light off the ceiling with a Godox speed light and a Magmod diffuser modifier. Gotta get you off the speed lights, Ramon, and onto using studio lights like the professionals do." This is Ramon Trotman. Ramon. Yeah, the bounce ceiling light is very obvious. This looks very on-camera flash. You can see how it's just mirroring the flash. Like you see this double shadow that's happening along the wall there. this exact shadow that's happening here from the door. It's just very basic light. The picture idea is okay. Her head angle is a little bit too low, which again, she's hiding a little bit. Obviously, it's hard to hold that crown on her head, but I like it though. There's something here. Again, like, you made a picture in a situation where it's taking pictures. I'm not sure what your niche is. I'm wondering whether shooting Sweet 16 parties is really your thing. Like, do you really want to hang around with 16-year-olds, dude? Is this your vibe? You know what I mean? Let me help you shoot at a higher level, please. This execution is good, but the light idea, the thought of being able to just put a speed light on top of your camera and aim it up and take a picture, and that's called lighting, is no. Please no. So we need to elevate you. That's what I'm really trying to do, is elevate your photography into the realm where you're crafting light and executing ideas rather than going to events with a speed light and taking pictures of things that are happening. For me, if this is what you're trying to do, but you're in my accelerator, Ramon. So you're in my accelerator, so I can talk to you like this. Like, I need to get you out of this and doing something that's higher than this. I hope this brings you value. This is Ramon Trotman. Ramon, compositionally strong. Again, it's compositionally strong, but why not replace this girl with an actual model from an agency? You know what I mean? And why don't we swap the hanging out at 16-year-old girl parties and to like hanging out with adult women who have businesses that can pay you to help them run their business, or pay you to help them with their social or with their website or with all the other ways that you can apply your photography. Here, you're dealing with parents and their hourly wage and 16-year-old girls. I couldn't imagine. If that brings you value, that is Ramon Trotman. The whole idea is we're trying to make high-frequency work. We're trying to make high-frequency work that attracts high-frequency clients, and those clients pay us for our value. They're paying us for our value. If you're dealing with moms and moms are paying the bill, if you're dealing with individuals who are, when you say it costs $700 to shoot this, they're like, how many hours do I have to work to pay? It's like, it's because you're working for people instead of companies. So, yeah. All right, guys. Again, I want you to notice no weddings, no parties, no taking pictures of things that are happening. Not one wedding, not one party, not one activation, not one photograph that is not my idea executed. So if you want to be in the photo game and be hired to execute photos, you have to show that you can execute ideas. This is the goal. You're executing ideas. Even this picture, literally, they flew me to Banff. This is Chantal Kreviasik for Canada Goose. They flew me to Banff to shoot this photo. They flew me to this location to execute this idea. So we really have to be working on idea execution. Once you're working on idea execution, then people trust you to execute their ideas. It's all idea execution. And by the way, Tia, this is the light that you need to do on a picture like that from the profile, from the side. That's the type of light that you're looking for. It's from the front. So yeah, like ideas executed, stylized ideas executed for advertising, outdoor ideas executed with fashion designer providing the clothes and 2 models and a look to make it feel like it's a snapshot. And this is for a website, so yes, I know it's center focused. Shot intentionally for the website. I make my own mistakes too. I all the mistakes I'm telling you not to do, I do them as well. But You have to understand, like when I'm actually shooting for 2 pages in a magazine, which is this one, yeah, and this, like when I'm shooting a cover, and when you see this kind of stuff, and then when you see how the work works, you'll see like I'm very, very speaking very much about it when it comes to double page spreads and all that stuff, because I shoot them, and ads and covers and this kind of stuff. Like it's all part of the work that I do, and it's necessary. And even for me, I know when I'm breaking rules. But yeah, it's important. All right, let's get into our next shooter. This is Anna Kaya. Anna says, hey, Carty, here's my portfolio submission. Audin's portrait shot against gray paper backdrop. I used a strobe with some window light and a reflector. Nikon D780, 85mm, ISO 200 f4. ISO 200 f4 at a shutter speed. This is Anna Kaya. Anna, very likable picture, very likable dude. I want you to notice the head angle, how his chin is covering his chin is covering his neck, and he's stuck his chin out. And again, you know, Anna's been watching me, and Anna's been coached by me one-on-one. She's currently in my accelerator and won Photographer of the Year last year in 2024 by winning the most photos of the week of any other photographer. Anna, you are on track for a great year in 2025. This is a yes for me, Anna. I like this very much. I want to see this as an 8x10. This is a composition masterclass, okay? Look at this as an 8x10, how it doesn't cut off his fingers. I want you to see where his eye line is, and then I want you to see this as a cover and how it also works that way. Like, Anna, this is a compositional masterclass. Again, I will show you multiple use, great exposure, although it's a touch light. This is a black shirt. It's reading just not dark enough. This is black hair. It's reading just not dark enough. So I would say that you are plus 10% to 20%. So just drop this down 10%. Give me negative 10% in the exposure. Okay, other than that, Anna, this is unequivocally a yes. Unequivocally. Taylor, what are we thinking? Taylor likes it. Well done. Yeah, this is a yes, Anna, for me. Well done. How's my heart rate? Yeah, you see how calm I am? I'm chilling. Good shit, Anna. Very, 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 very good. Very, 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 very good. Well done. Well done, Anna.
Yes or yes?
Yes or yes. It sounds just like me. All right. I have to sneeze. Are you a photographer ready to go pro? Or maybe you're a working photographer struggling to sustain your business? My coaching programs are designed to meet you where you are and give you the guidance needed to move your needle forward. Whether you're looking for a focused 1-hour session to fix a specific challenge, or you need the type of ongoing support that 6 1-hour time slots would give you, I'm here to help you master the systems and build a career that you've been aiming for. By the way, if you book me for one of my ongoing coaching sessions, you pay for 5 sessions and you get 6. With over 34 years of professional experience, I guide you through the key aspects of creating a thriving photography business. Whether that's building a standout portfolio, or sharpening your brand, or even setting up systems that bring in clients consistently. First of all, I give you flexible coaching options. Choose a single 1-hour session to get some quick insights, or you can commit to 6 sessions for a full transformation. I can even walk you through my proven systems one-on-one. Whether you're looking to break into the industry or you're struggling to keep your business afloat, these sessions are personalized to focus on what will actually move the needle for you. You're going to get real-time expert guidance, and believe me, there is no one-size-fits-all advice. You're going to get actionable insights and hands-on support to address your unique challenges and unlock your full potential. You don't have to do this alone, eh? Let's work together to take your photography career to the next level. Whether that means finally going pro or creating a thriving, sustainable photography business. Visit thecartymethod.com/coaching to book your session today. Let's get to work. Let's get to work, people. understand that my coaching is very limited and I'm expensive. So if you want my one-on-one time, you got to go to thecartymethod.com/coaching, and I will get on there. You'll answer some questions. You'll book a free little session with me, and then we'll set up your coaching. All right. Our next shooting is Lamont DeSalle. Lamont says, Carty, this is an image from an editorial that I did for a new face model with an agency called UC Models. This is one of many images from that session. Please advise if this is a homepage image and a tear sheet option, or if I should use something else. As always, I appreciate the feedback and your time. Thanks, I appreciate that, Lamont. Z6 50mm, ISO 400, f8, 1/60th of a second, 138-inch silver beauty dish with a Godox 8600, 2 large Godox strip box with grids, left side, right side, Godox MS 300s, and 1 large Godox portable softbox with grid behind me. Fill kicker, which is another 8400 Pro. 4 light setup from Lamont DeSalle. Lamont, let's see what you got going in. Lamont, this is clean as. I like the orange, my guy. I like the contrast of the brown and the orange. Both of these colors just don't work normally. But the fashion, the skin tone, let's have a look at this as a double page spread. Really strong composition on the double. I mean, obviously, leg placement across, where we're at right now with you, Lamont, is just body language. Your retouching is spot on. Let's look at this close up. Your retouching is very spot on, although I do see a little bit of texture. Is that at the textured wall, or are you adding texture to your file? Or is that this is fabric. Look at you, mister. That's orange fabric. I want you to watch what you're doing in post. Make sure you're not putting any textures or anything like that back in the picture. I want you to be very to go easy with your retouching. I feel like you might be going a little bit far. The styling is amazing. The styling, what she's wearing in her hair, how her hair is natural. I love the makeup is really clean. The outfit is clean. I feel like the pose is where it gets a little bit awkward for me. The way that her arm is turned, it's not making her look as long as she could because she's wearing booty shorts. This is a situation where I would have her sitting on that corner and having one leg placed this way, one leg placed this way, and now she's on the corner more, and she's sitting because right now she's kind of just awkward that way. So it's the body language. I feel like if her legs were planted, now the heels are spikes. Yes or yes. So because the heels are spikes, you're losing the effect of how dope these shoes are, because we're not seeing this second heel and we're just seeing a bit of that heel. So imagine now you have her set so she's like this and this with her legs, and then with her arms she can be leaning in. Because she's wearing booty shorts, she can sit very masculine because she's wearing shorts. It makes her legs look super strong, and those spike heels become part of the photo. You can also get her to push up on her toe, which then makes her calf muscle engage, and her body is now not off to the side like it is. Right here, these off square shoulders, this back arm, and then this back arm accentuates the fact that this jacket isn't long enough for her. You can see how this back arm now, where's my cursor? Here it is. This back arm now shows that this jacket doesn't fit her because there's too much space. That jacket should be here. right? But like you can see here, it looks like this arm should be pulled down, right? So it's all in her body language. If she was leaning like this on both sides and her legs were like one leg on this side and one leg on this side, and then that heel, and then that heel, now that's like, you keep the, anyways, that for me, you just lost me in the pose, Lamont. Like, it's so close, bro. It's so close. And again, I'm giving you an 11 because I know that you'll be able to pull out another shot from this frame that works. I also want to see her full length. I swear I want to do a class on posing. Wait till you see me in the studio shooting. I do every pose that the model does. I do every single one. I direct every single pose. I'm like a psycho. Lamont, I hope that helps you. Again, like, you're a shooter, bro. You can rock it. Very, very close. Very close to hitting the mark, but I know you got it on this shoot. It's just not this frame. That's all. Lamont de Sal, everybody. This is Eric Hernandez. Eric says, hello, everybody. This is a shot. This shot was part of a project I had a couple of months ago where my goal was to balance gel-colored strobe with white light. R6, 50mm 1.8, ISO 100 f5, 200 per second, one flashpoint 600 main light, and a 48-inch softbox. Second flashpoint 300 strip box bounced off the background with red gel. This is Eric Hernandez. Eric, there's a vibe here, Eric. It's just you're overdoing it with the pose. The pose is overdoing it. This arm looks very claw-like and exaggerated. The extra open eyes also, and I'm wondering what you're doing in post to make your photo, like, you can see your photo looks like it looks like you JPEG to JPEG. The extra big eyes, I'm seeing her contact lenses around her eyes, and I'm seeing like just veins in her eyes. She's also pulling her chin back. So she's got the big eyes, but she's pulling her chin back on the bottom. So it looks very odd. And the shape of, like, she's just not giving you anything other than like these big eyes. Exposure is a little bit off, which is making the white of her eyes look so gray. And then what you're doing in post, you're doing too much in post. Because you're doing too much in post, you're kind of butchering the whites and you're kind of butchering the file. So the makeup is just, it's too much. You can see like this blush here is just too, like, it's too much. It's too much. Yeah, for me, this is not a girl that would go in my portfolio. And the pose is just too extra. It's just too extra. For me, this is a bit of a miss. I wanted to look at her hand, and I'm guaranteeing that she's holding her hand there while you're setting up and taking this picture. Because after, oops, sorry about that. After time, what ends up happening is this hand starts to look huge and claw-like because it's just placed there, right? It's just placed there. You can see, like, if someone's doing this, like massaging their arm or doing like this, it has like a natural feeling to it. When they just do this, it looks like a claw. And the more I tell you this, you will not be able to see anything else but this picture and that hand. And after a while, when you stare at it, you're going to start saying that her hands look really big. And now you're not able to see anything else except for that big hand and those big eyes. And then now you can't look at this picture anymore. And this is why it can't be in your portfolio. So I hope that helps you, my guy. And again, Eric, I'm not trying to pull you down. This is, you shot this before you met me. Now that you're meeting me, now that you're hearing how I look at photos, the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, watch me shooting in studio. And again, watch me shooting in studio. I have 2 videos. They're in my Making Photos playlist. I will show you. Please don't play. Okay, so if you go to my channel and you go down a little bit, you'll see making photographs. I have several videos of me shooting here. This video here, you see exactly how I shoot. Only 8,000 views. It's so weird that nobody's watched this video. This video, like all of these videos, you see me shoot. These two are street photography. This is me shooting a client. This is me shooting a model. This is me shooting a model. This is the behind the scenes. And when you come down here, this, if you're a beginner and you don't really know how to place light, this will help you so much. Look, 997 views. Nobody has watched this video. So you can see, like, as soon as you scroll a little bit past how people don't go past like 3 videos and then they're like, okay, I got it. But all of these videos are super valuable, especially this one where I'm shooting in studio, especially this. You want to see me direct? Watch this one, me and Jason in like on location, both shooting the same model. So get into this playlist. And this is my latest one, how I crush photo shoots with no studio. If you want to see me direct, watch any of these videos and you'll actually see me picking clothes and like everything, like how to shoot a model, including how to direct them. So get into some of my old content. It's gold, I promise you. And people tell me I give away so much on YouTube. It's like, yes, I give away the farm on YouTube. All right, let's get back to our photos. Wow, they went way far. I got to move that all the way over there. I got to move that all the way over there. All right, who's next? This is Anton Dudis. Anton says, hello, Carty and crew. The moment I reached the top of the highest peak on Langkawi Island, I thought of my photo classmate, Vicky. Why? Well, there was abandoned facilities and I couldn't help but imagine Vicky jumping around, snapping pictures. That day, I practiced leading lines. Did I get it right? Thanks for your feedback. A6600 plus a Sigma 18 to 50, ISO 100, f8, 1/320th of a second. This is Anton Dudis. Anton, this is the year you get a new body. Anton Dudis. Anton, this is beautiful. I like this a lot, Anton. It's good discipline in this photo. Good discipline in this photo. I would have showed a little bit more of the sidewalk here because this sweeping leading line is really great. You're focusing very much on the road, but I really would have liked to see just a little bit more width down on this road. Your horizon line, you're dropping your horizon line right down across the center of the photo, and you're giving me a like this hydro thing is a little distracting, but it's like the road is really important, but I feel like you could have cut this here and maybe pushed this building down to about here and still had the road, but then had this big sky. I like it. I'm not like, how can I put it? I just know the way that you shoot, Anton, and I know what you're capable of. I've seen National Geographic level photography, and this is why I'm dying for you to get a new camera body. Like, you've outgrown the A6600. You have outgrown it. It's time for a new one. Let me just look at your lines here, Anton. Yeah, I thought that might be a little crooked. So if you can see here, I just want you to straighten that line because I feel like the horizon line is just a touch off, which is throwing me. And I know when you correct that, now the rest of the photo is going to feel a bit off, but you kind of got to go based on that house. High tolerance. You're getting a light show here. My lights are flashing in the background. The lights on my desk here are flashing. High tolerance just donated $10 to the community. High Tolerance says, salute, Carty. New face in the room. First off, I will say the gems that you dropped in the photosphere are priceless. I'm glad I found your content. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, High Tolerance. Keep up the great work. I appreciate you. You're a gent. I appreciate you very much. Good vibes go back to you. I got some love for you, my guy. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Honestly, compliments are welcomed.
And compliments are appreciated always, man. Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
And thank you for the $10. I appreciate that. So Anton, I know what you're capable of. Is this a scene that's interesting enough to be in your book with all the other amazing interestingness that you have in your book? Is this the top 1% of travel photographers, of editorial travel lifestyle photographers? Like, it's close. It's close. I know you didn't shoot just one frame though. So I want to see maybe some other frames from here. For me, for other people, this is an 11, so I'm giving you love. But Anton, for you, this is easy for you. You know what I mean? This is easy. So I'm on the fence. I would like to see another edit. Still it's good, Anton. Like, again, don't get me wrong. It's still an incredible photo. I'm just like, but is it Anton Duris level? Like, that's all now I'm doing, my guy. So, sorry if I'm undecided or I'm indecisive. I'm on the fence. Anton. I like it. Straighten it up for me. Mike Steinmetz, you mad person. Michael Steinmetz just gifted 5 memberships to the channel. You understand? Once I'm doing these members only streams, you're not going to be able to gift anymore. You understand it? You're only going to be able to gift when it's a public, everybody can watch stream. But members only, you can't gift. But Jaybird, Mike Steinmetz caught you. You better catch up that membership after this one.
Sir, yes.
Also, Colin, you got gifted. V, you got gifted. Monica P, another one I thought you were a member, but you got gifted. In Charlie We Trust, you also got gifted. And apparently we've hit 50 likes. And I rarely watch how many people are watching, but we got 70 people watching. The goal is to get me to the point where we got 100 people watching me always. That's the goal. And you can help me by hitting the join button. I appreciate you. In Charles We Trust. Mike Steinmetz, you're a king. Thanks for donating 5 memberships. That is a gift from Michael, who is one of my staff, one of the cartel. He's my community manager and incredibly generous guy. And also, like, if I drop merch, Mike's the first one to buy it. If like memberships, Mike's the first one to gift them. Like, he's just such a supporter. It's amazing. And I'm wearing something from a previous collection, the creative collection. You can check my merch store, which I have the duct tape hoodie and the duct tape t-shirt are the dopest shit ever. And Mike, you have the duct tape t-shirt. I'm kind of jealous. You shot a picture and he showed it, but I want to see you wearing it. All right, guys, that was Anton Duris. Anton and Mike, thanks for your generosity. This is Taylor Valentine. Taylor says, the featured product is the Catula brand micro spikes. They're boot crampons. Bought new product, shot in daylight, spent a full day climbing a mountain to get this shot. Hey, I've been a bit hard on Taylor Valentine lately. And again, these are people who are in my accelerator that we are looking at right now. People I see every week in person. I see them on Zoom every week. And I'm working one-on-one with all of these people to help them get to the level that they deserve to be. So not perfect. Had some trouble finding the right angle that I like to get the product logo and a good portion of the background. Clouds and fog had rolled in by the time I submitted. So I used those nice frosty trees as a background. By the time I summited, I'm wondering if this is you in this picture though, Taylor, because we're having like a no me in the photo.com. Nikon Z6 Mark II, 24-70 at f4 at 50 millimeter, ISO 100 f11 fifth of a second is what I'm trying to say. This is Taylor Valentine. Taylor. Okay. I like you. I like what you're doing here. You went hard for this photo, Taylor. You actually went hard for this photo. Really good composition. Let's see this as a cover. Yeah, Taylor, it's just the position of the shoes, but I know you're trying to show the crampons, so you have to show the underside. You really don't have a choice. So I like this. Obviously, the next level is showing somebody stepping with the crampons, because these boots would never be off a foot in this location. This isn't a place that you take your boots off. So like, because of that, it's like, well, why would the boots be off? Well, because you're warming up by the fire. So set a fire, you know what I mean? And there's a fire that you have going on and then there's a reason for the boots to be off. With all other situations, with this picture, I want to see a step happening through where there's one boot that's on the ground and then the back boot that you can see the cramp on. So it's more of like a close up from like knees down photo, but you see them on figure. Like for me, that would take it to the next level. Is this now being on figure instead of off figure? But you're very much there. Great exposure. I want to see this just a little bit closer up. Let's look at this a little bit close up. Good exposure. Your focus is good. Although the front of the crampons aren't quite as in focus as the back. You can see here, like these aren't quite as in focus. These ones as when we're going back here, like the back of the boot is really in focus. Vivian Hooks, whoa, let's get it on. Vivian, I got to give you love. First of all, you see how my lights flash when you become a member? Then the next thing happens, the smoke machine goes off when you become a member, and then you get this like light show. This is all for you, Vivian, for becoming a member of the Carty method. Thank you. Miss Hooks, thank you for believing in what I'm doing here on this channel and what I'm doing here with these live streams. Thank you, Vivian Hooks. And Vivian, I'm also going to put your name on the screen again, which is there right there. So that's twice because you're a new member. Now all you need to do is put a little profile picture here so we can see your smiling face. And Bob's your uncle. All right. Back to Tay Valentine. Taylor, again, how far you've come, my guy, in... Oops. Oh my goodness, slow down, Carty. Slow down. I just jumped ahead. You didn't see any of those pictures. Pretend you didn't see any of them. All right. So first, Taylor, cover, check. Loving this. Next is 8x10 really works, and you can work it a couple of different ways. There's so much smoke in this room. You have no idea. There's so much smoke in here. It is, thank God, it's a smoke machine and it's non-toxic, and water-based. It's just vapor, but holy moly, there's a lot of it. And all the different ways that you can crop this, Taylor, bring me joy. You can do it quite centered. You can bias it towards the bottom, which brings me joy. And yeah, exposure is good. You definitely can't really fake this. And the fact that like the boots are used and the crampons are like being used, like it all works for me. This is a yes. I'd be very interested in seeing other poses, that like other ways that you placed these. But I'm very proud of you. You went hard for this picture, and I feel it. Thank you, Taylor Valentine. All right, Taylor, let's go pink with the light. Little pinky. Or is this more pink? It's more blue. I'll go more pink. Who's next? I love looking at your photos, by the way, guys. It's literally, I enjoy this. This is Charles Fortin. Charles says, sending a black and white photo for this week's review. Portfolio worthy. Thanks for the constructive feedback. It's always highly appreciated. Oh my goodness. Someone purchased Photographer's Collections, Gaff, Super Tape, Super Soft, and one other item. Who is that someone? You made yourself anonymous. You made an anonymous purchase, and now I can't give you accolades. But thank you. And by the way, if you buy stuff live, we see it. And again, this generous people here. Look at this. Now we're flashing green. Because of the donations that are happening from High Tolerance. High Tolerance is throwing another $10 down, and High Tolerance is asking a question. And literally, High Tolerance, thank you for your generosity. High Tolerance says, what's your body upgrade recommendations on the Canon and Sony side? Been wearing my video hat, but I've been shooting with the T6i and recently stumbled across the A7R. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm a Canon shooter. I was sponsored by Canon before Peter McKinnon, and I have shot Canon since 1989, and also Hasselblad. So I like Canon, but I would leave Canon in a New York minute if I got a brand deal from Sony. So again, which Sony would I buy? I would buy the Sony A1. I'd get the A1, like just the top of like the $8,000 body. But then I'd also want the FX3. So Canon wise, I wouldn't get two different bodies. I would just get one. You know what I mean? So if I was staying with Canon, and if you have Canon glass, it's a good reason to stay with Canon. I would buy an R5. If you're shooting a ton of video, I would buy an R5C, which is the video version that you can also shoot stills with. And the reason I say that is you want to future-proof yourself. You're shooting with you're shooting with an entry-level camera, like a Rebel. Like the T series is the Rebel. Like you're shooting with the entry level. So you need to jump to the point where you have your camera and you can now focus on making the right work with that camera. If you do a little upgrade, then you're going to have to do another upgrade. Like it's just my design professor when I was in photography school said this. He said, always write with your favorite pen. And the reason is because artists strive. We always, oh my God, if I had a Hasselblad, then I could make really great pictures. Like we always have to have that one tool because we think once we have that, then we'll be able to show. Oh my God, if I had an R5. Oh my God, if I had a Sony A7 R5, like whatever it is, like get that camera and shut the fuck up so you can start making work, because you'll stop making excuses once you get that camera that you think is going to be the ending of all your problems. It's not. But by the way, like at least then you can stop making excuses that you have a shitty camera. So if you have a Canon, you want to stay Canon, I would go far. And C. Turner, you have a Z. You have a Nikon Z, which you're fine. Like Nikon Z6, 7, 8, like, yeah, you're fine. Nikon, thank God they made the Z bodies because that saved the company. Nikon was about to go out of business. So I hope that answers your question. I would go, if you're really heavy on the video, I would go Canon EOS RC, which is their cinema photography body, or the R5 Mark II is also a good buy. But again, they're both like $5,000. But again, I'm like, that's my day rate, $5,000 plus expenses, plus usage, plus Jason and all that stuff. But, I'm definitely going to spend that for my camera body, a day rate for sure. And if you're not making that per day, you have to save to the point where you're making that and spend that, because you will be making that per day. Like the R5 has made me so much money. Like when I got that camera, my photography got better. And I had the 5D SR, the 50 megapixel 5D. I had that before, and I threw that out the window to get the R5. Like literally, really, I sold it for $2,000. All right, this is Charles Fortin. Charles says, Alexis Paquet, although also known as Rocket Paquet, sending some nice air in the backcountry. To capture this jump from that angle, I had to make my way to a strategic position. It's so funny because he's French. It says, I had to make my way, which is amazing. I had to make my way to a strategic position, making sure not to scar the pristine stone landing. Very great. Sony A7 IV, Samyang 35mm, ISO 100, 6.3, IS 1600th of a second, natural light. This is Charles Fortin. Again, another accelerator member. Charles, this is a yes all effing day, my guy. Charles, this is so strong. It's a little biased to the center because, again, you're composing on the thirds. And I have a feeling that you shot this before you met me. And you can see how you're composing on the thirds, right? And you can see 1/3, second third. Exactly. Perfect. Photography, composition. And also put it on the third here. And then on the third here, because it's perfect photography composition. And that's what the grid inside my camera says, right? Right? But you see, when you see this as a double page spread, how it's so close to the gutter. Like, you can see, you could have easily placed him here. You could have easily placed him right there. There's no reason that you couldn't have moved him over that way in the frame in your composition. But the reason that you didn't is because you're following the rules. And the rules are as you compose on the thirds, right? That's the rules. You could have moved him this way. But the rules are you compose on the thirds, right? And you're following the rules. But then you meet me and you realize, oh no, you actually don't do that. You actually cut your frame in half, and then you cut your frame in half again. So then you find like that is actually where you're supposed to, that's a horrible line. This is where you're actually supposed to draw your line, which is here, halfway through that page, and then your second line goes here, halfway through that page. So it's actually not quarter, you're shooting on the quarter. You're not actually shooting on the thirds. Although horizontally, sure, you can compose that way with your horizon lines. But when you're shooting double page and when you're shooting for magazines, it is a whole different ballgame. Yes or yes. But that aside, Charles, and again, you've just learned that. You just learned that literally like this week with me, instead you've been watching me. So for me, this is an 11. Great contrast. Great decisive moment. Like, great decisive moment, Charles. Really good focus, good exposure on him. And I mean, again, once I start getting in this big, like, this is 100%. Okay, so focus wise at 100%, I'm giving you all the props. Again, just watch your file, make sure you're not butchering your file in post, but this is a yes all day for me. That's an 11. That's an 11. And again, would also be strong in color. Would also be strong in color, I believe, but strong in black and white. Strong in black and white. It's a great shot. Hey, calligraphy. Did you get the gaff tape hoodie, my guy? Hey, let's go. Calligraphy, let's go, baby. Caught yourself a gaff tape hoodie. Well played, calligraphy. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to get mine. I already ordered gaff tape hoodie, gaff tape t-shirt, a couple other things. I'm excited. But, you know, I don't, usually what creators do is they come up with merch. They order merch, so they have the merch. Then they release the merch store. For me, I just make it and release it. Who's got a question? Ammon said it was him who earlier bought the 2 shirts. Ammon, thank you. Thank you. You were anonymous. I couldn't mention you, but thanks for telling me. I appreciate you. Ammon said it was him who bought the 2 shirts earlier. Appreciate you, Ammon. All right. Hey, guess what? Are you ready to create work that clients will pay for, but you don't know where to start? If you're serious about improving your photography and building a business, my photo reviews are exactly what you need. Here's how it works. Tuesdays, portfolio review day. Submit 1 image from your portfolio and I'll give you detailed, no fluff feedback on whether it's strong enough to attract paying clients. Perfect for building a portfolio that stands out. Thursdays, assignment review day. Every week I reveal a new photography assignment. You'll have 6 days to complete it. Submit your work and you'll get live feedback from me on Thursday's show. Here's a bonus for live viewers. Stick around to the end of Tuesday's portfolio review show and I'll spin the assignment wheel of destiny. That reveals Thursday's brief 2 days early. This gives you extra time to plan and create something truly special. Here's what you get. Access to my mentorship community. Your submission fee gives you access to my Carty Method mentorship community. You get to connect with photographers at all levels, exchange ideas, and grow together in a supportive space. You also get submission folder access. After each show, you'll get access to join the assignments that actually interests you, and you can submit your work for live feedback. This isn't just about critiquing your photos. It's about giving you practical advice and insights from my 34 years of professional photography to help you grow and succeed. If you're ready to step up your game and create work that actually matters, this is your chance. Visit thecartymethod.com/YouTube submissions to submit your work and join the live shows. Let's make your pictures matter. So just reminding you guys that as of Sunday, all of my live streams are going to be members only. You're going to have to be a member in order to watch them live. You can watch them after. There's going to be commercials, but you're going to watch them after. During my lives, you notice I play no commercials. I do that because of the members of this channel. They support it so you can watch me commercial free. But now you're not going to be able to watch me commercial free unless you're a member, because I'm going to be doing that just for the members as of Sunday. Sunday's the first episode. We're doing it that way. I also want to remind you that I gifted myself 15 memberships last month, and my audience, meaning the Carty Method community, the Carty crew, they gifted over 60 memberships last month. Over 60. So that's how generous the people who are a part of this are, and that's how badly they want you to be a member. So if you're on the fence, I'm reminding you again, as of Sunday, members only content. Garan Wrath, the mighty Garan, he just gifted 5 memberships. Garan, yeah, he just gifted Kevin, Kivian Duret. I just looked at your photo. You just got gifted a membership. Anna K. Oh my God. Anna K. just gifted 5 memberships. Anna, what is happening? Anna K. You just gifted 5 memberships. Oh my God. Garan, thank you. Anna, thank you. Garan saying that this is the last time you can gift memberships, and it's true. This is the last time you can gift memberships, because most of my live streams are going to be members only, and when your only members can watch, you can't gift to people who aren't members, so there's no real gifting. So hey, thank you for subscribing. So basically, I am going to do 2 live streams a month though, just so I can talk to subscribers, and just so I can gift 5 memberships each time. So I'm going to still gift 10 memberships per month, but I'm going to be just doing them secret. Like, I'm going to just go live. I'll be live for like 20 minutes. I answer a couple of questions. I'm going to gift 5 memberships, and I'm going to go away. So you're going to have to watch those live streams if you want to be gifted. Anna, thank you. Garan, thank you. I really appreciate you. And if you got gifted, you're going to be seeing your name. Hey, by the way, Culture Invasion podcast. Thank you for becoming a subscriber. Welcome. So you'll see, hey, Ali, thank you for donating $7.99. Ali is a generous guy. Ali Masomi, you just gifted $5. Thank you, Ali. $7.99. What am I saying? $5. I misread that. Ali, thank you for your generosity. Guess what? Smoke.
Question.
I'm gonna be gagging in here. Amond. So someone's asking me about my cameras. How many angles am I running now? 2. But I do have a third camera angle coming from back there. I'm just trying to set it up, because this third angle needs to be, here, I'll show you. This is how my third angle needs to be. It needs to be like this. So, because that's how my third angle needs to be. And by the way, if you want to see just a little bit of a behind the scenes, I run this entire stream on the M4 Mac Mini Pro, as well as I have the OC Go deck. The OC Go Stream deck is my stream control, and then monitor for my stream, and then this is the Elgato prompter, where you can see I have a camera behind here, and also my chat. I also have my chat there, but I watch the chat there because I can watch it and also read your things. And then I run OBS. This is OBS, which is open broadcasting software. These are all my scenes. These are all my sources. This is my audio. This is the stuff that's happening in my chat, in my world. You can see that I'm live. And I also have a window because I have one of my people, his name is Ammon. He makes clips. So he hits a special command and it makes clips for me. Because I'm running, you can see a horizontal and a vertical window at the same time. And then I run 2 4Ks. These are my notes here. This is a 32-inch 4K monitor. This is a 27-inch 4K monitor. Lighting, and then stream control. So when we want to bring up Taylor Swift, we say Taylor, and then she comes up. And when I want to say high quality content, I want blah, blah, blah. And if I want to change my voice, I say,
Hey, make me sound like this while I hold that button.
and then I do like that. And drum roll, please. This is all stream control. When I want to bring good vibes, we push that. We want to bring up Deadpool, we push that. When I want to say that I appreciate you, I push that. So this is all stuff that I programmed. And yeah, notes. And then we go here, blah, blah, blah. And then I show this here. And then I push this button. Watch, full screen. And then we're here. All right. That is a little bit of a back end tour for y'all. Sometimes I like to show. And that was Charles Fortin. And C. Turner says, I'm so glad I found this community. The inspiration and motivation is unmatched to any other channel. No cap. Keep up the great work, my guy. C. Turner. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the love. And thank you for your hard-earned dollars. I appreciate that. And again, I'm so glad that you found me too, because I've been here all this time. I've been doing this show for 4 years to know people, but I had to figure out how to do this right. And I'm starting to really get my stride on YouTube. People are really starting to find me. And my only goal is to help you become a pro photographer. That's it. That's all I talk about here is the business of photography. All righty. Let us get into the last 5 photos of the day. The last 5 photos. Oh, Nick. Oh my God. How did I miss Nick? Apparently, Nick, you gifted 5 memberships. How did I miss Nick? How did I miss Nick? Nick, you gifted 5 memberships. Oh my God. And Chris Foster, you gifted. Oh my God. It's happening so fast. And Sean Thomas. Holy cripes. Sean Thomas. So, Sean Thomas, I'm giving you love. You gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. Giving you the smoke. Oh my God. Thank you, Sean. So sorry, my guy. Apologize for that. Sorry I missed you. And after that, then Chris Foster gifted 5 memberships. Chris Foster, thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry today. You guys are like, the support is overwhelming. I'm definitely gonna cry because of all this smoke. Holy moly. Guys, I can't thank you enough. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. We're on our way to 500 members. We're on our way. I'm trying to get to 1,000 members. I want 1,000 true fans. That's the goal. And if you got gifted a membership, my only ask is like when the membership expires, you have to sign up on your own. It doesn't automatically just keep you going. Like you have to physically sign up because your membership will end. And believe me, right now, this number is like at 230. Hey, Toby Crow, welcome. This is at 230. That, like, literally of that number, like 80 of you are on gifteds. So, Peter Emmanuel, welcome. So, holy moly, the generosity is unbelievable. Who's got a question, Mikey? Who's got a question? And High Tolerance, thank you so much. I appreciate you as well. Thank you. Appreciate you as well. Who's got a question, Mike? Did anyone else's stream just crash? Let's see. I should be still going. No, my guy. I think it's just you. I think we're still going. Thank you. And Amond. Did I miss Amond gifting 5 memberships? I hope I didn't miss you, Amond. Did I not say Amond gifting 5 memberships? Let's see here. Amond. I missed Amond. Amond just gifted 5. Amond, thank you, you crazy person. Holy moly. Amond, thank you. Okay, we're trying to do a show here, but you guys and your generosity is like... You still have one more show. Thursday is your last time to gift, you crazy people. Thursday is your last time to gift. Do you understand? This vapor is so thick that if this door is open, that the smoke alarm goes off. The fire alarm goes off because it thinks it's smoke because it's so thick, and it's vapor. And Cheryl's not here, thank God. Cheryl's at work. She's not at her desk. Yeah, no. And also, oh my goodness, I like the new setup here. Look at this. I have this on an arm now. Oh my God, my finger's over the lens. Holy moly. So I have this on an arm now, so I can actually move this around a little bit more. Before it was on a thing, but it was too high, so I had to lower it. I lowered the prompter so it was at better eye line, and now my eye line here is better, and all my lines are straight in the background, and my head isn't so low in the frame, which is really bothering me. And then when I switch cameras, watch, when I switch cameras, I'm in exactly the same spot. See, I'm in the same spot. All right, Sean Thomas is next. Please, thank you, Garan, for letting me. And again, thank God for Garan, and thank God for the cartel. Honestly, like, I got to just stop to thank the Carty cartel. You know who you are. I have 9 people who help me run the Carty Method community, my YouTube. These people are my moderators. These people are like mods in community. We do meetings every week, and they're all dedicated to helping me blow this thing up. Liza is our newest mod and our first female mod. And again, it all has to do with you stepping up to the microphone and stepping up to the plate. The people who I have on my team are some of the best people in the industry. I'm so lucky to know them. If you're one of my mods, I want to thank you. And also the generosity of them is unprecedented. So I appreciate you so much. Sean Thomas says, good day, Carty and crew. Blessings to all. Here's my submission for the portfolio review. I selected this one because it follows this week's professional assignment. I shot it almost a year ago. It's a 1979 Porsche 911 that entered and competed in the infamous Dakar Rally. Showing its battle scars is a perfect representation of perfect imperfection. I hope you enjoy it. EOS R 24-70 2.8 ISO 100 400th of a second f5 shot natural light. This is Sean Thomas. Sean, okay. I mean, I know that you shoot these details so well. This is a car that I really want to see the whole car. You hyped me so much on this car. I'm seeing the back quarter bumper. I want to see the nose of the car. If you're dealing in a situation where you don't like what's around this car, give me a detail, which is fine, but just give me a different detail. Give me something unmistakable, like the nose of this Porsche. I mean, I know that this is a Porsche based on the wing, like I know that, but again, I want a different identifiable marker. Dirty cars are always hard to shoot. Dirty cars just don't read well, especially sports cars dirty. Like they feel like I wanted you to wipe this with a big soapy brush before you shot photos of it. I know it's like a rally car, but even more reason why I want to see this car from the front. And I know that this wing is so indicative to this particular 911, but I still want to see another piece of the car, or I want to see the whole car, Sean. Like I'm stuck. Like, yes, it's a banger, but I'm stuck. I'm stuck on the dirtiness because I just don't think it shoots well, and I'm stuck on not seeing enough of the car and that sticker being your main. So for those reasons, I mean, again, Sean, your work is so bananas, but this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do in order to help you with this. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Safari, and we're going to type auto lux imagery, and then we're going to look at your portfolio, and I want you to tell me if like this, if that makes your book. And again, you keep doing it, I'm going to keep pissing you off. I want you to look. Does this make your book? Like, so you can see, like, when you're doing a detail, look at the paintwork, look at the logo, look at the placement, and then, so this is your shit, Sean. And again, Sean Thomas, like, you are the only person, since I've started the Carty method, you are the only person who has had me one-on-one for 2 full days. You're the only person. Like, you have had more one-on-one time than almost anybody. So for that reason, Sean, like, I created this beast, that this is your portfolio. This Sean Thomas? Do you see? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, Sean, this is your portfolio. Is this Sean Thomas? Do you see what I mean? Like bro, look at this. Is this Sean Thomas? So come on, Sean. Like, I've created this monster already, and what it looks like when anybody, once the monster has been created, Sean, like, once you create that monster, do you think that you can ever be less than that monster? Like, show me the car like this, Sean. This is the thing. Like, the things that work, repeat the things that work. Like, so again, look at the difference. And okay, bro, there's that fucking car. That's the car. That is your example of this model. But this is what you showed. That's what you chose to show. So for me, no, Sean. No way. No. It's not good enough. It's not. And it's like, look at the effort that you've done previous. Because of that, nothing else measures up. If you don't match, Sean, come on. How can this be in your portfolio and this? It just doesn't work. Do you understand? This makes me lose confidence in you. This looks lazy and sloppy. So, sorry, guy, but no. But at the same point, it's like, all I'm doing is I'm holding up a mirror. And this is why the way that I teach is so important, because I judge you against you. I'm judging you against you. I'm not showing another photographer's work here, Sean. I'm showing your work against your work. So, yeah, high tolerance said it best. It's unacceptable, Sean. And I know you're being funny, but like once you hit an 11, you can't shoot 7s anymore. And in fact, once you shoot an 11, now you know all the elements that make up an 11. And if any one of those car's dirty, can't shoot. It's like if that car was crystal clean, but then fucked up, like there was like paint chips and that. Yes. But imagine if they were putting that Porsche in the showroom, would they show it like that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They would show it as is, but it would be perfectly clean, right? So, yeah, that's the vibe, Sean. I would Pixpa affiliate code. You get a year, you get 50% off your first year if you want to build your website with Pixpa. Sean Thomas, like, come on. Look at the care in which you shoot photos. So for that reason, look at this detail. It's not in the same stratosphere. So because of that, Sean Thomas, the answer is no, that can't be in your portfolio. There's another vintage Porsche. Look at that one. You know what I mean? It just can't be in your book. It's not good enough. And if you're going to shoot that car, I want to see it like this, with the same care in location, the same care in like where the car is placed, exactly how the car is placed, the wash, everything, the stance. Like, this is my expectations of you, and you can never step lower. Yeah, and I mean, Sean's in my cartel. Like, Sean can take me jabbing at him a little bit. You know what I mean? Because he knows. It's not like he's in chat saying, he's like, fuck, Carty got me. You know what I mean? He's thanking me. So I love you, Sean. You know, you're so talented, dude. You're so talented. But again, because you're not quite at that point where you're making full-time living from making photos, you can't slip. You just can't slip. Everything that you do has to be top. All right. This is Michael Steinmetz. Mike says, prelude to the Thursday assignment photo. I wanted to get a photo of these items while they're still intact. R8, RF 50 milliliter 1.8, ISO 100, f11, a 30th of a second. This is Michael Steinmetz. I like it, Mike. I like it. The only thing is just your main light. Because you're shooting something so highly reflective, now this becomes almost like you're shooting glassware. Like, look at how crystal shiny this hard hat is. So because of that, what ends up happening is we get your hex box, like, exactly. So what we do to counter that is when we're lighting a scene like that, like, this is your table, this is your hard hat and your drill and your gloves here. What you did is you just put your light here and lit the scene, right? But what we have to do, because this is so reflective, Mike, is you have to light it differently. So what we have to do, we'll just do this again, is here's your table, here's your hard hat, your gloves, your drill. What you have to do is take the softbox off of your light here and use your light raw. And you need, they're called V-flats, which is just 2 pieces of foam core that you tape together here, and it's white on the inside, and you angle them like this, okay? Like an L, so they stand up. And then your light stand and your light, you aim in here. And now what your light does is it hits this whole panel and it comes back out as an entire panel. So now rather than having a hot light like this, you get a whole strip like this lit. Like, the whole thing becomes a highlight, and it goes way harder, because right now this highlight, I would want to like retouch that out so that's not shown. You can see the light just looks, it feels a bit flat You can see the light feels a bit flat. It's because you're lighting this scene like you're lighting a portrait. Another option is lighting from the top. So you bring your light up here, top down, and now you're putting like a bit of a spotlight here. And again, I would do this raw light. So you're now putting like a bit of a spotlight down. So you're like really highlighting the product, and not, because right now you're lighting your products like you light portraits, and you have to light products a little bit different than you light products. What I would suggest is have a hang on Zoom with Garan, who's really deep into the advanced lighting with products, especially highly reflective surfaces. Because again, shooting something domed like that, you can't move away and hide from that reflection. And then when I take that reflection out, you see the light's relatively flat. We're losing the glasses here altogether because there's not enough kick. We're losing detail under here because there's no bounce or reflector or anything like that. So for me, Mike, this is just a bit of a basic setup. And I know you just kind of wanted to document it because your real shot is coming up. But even still, I would have a chat with Garan before you got into that real set with the lighting so we can get that polished there. That is Michael Steinmetz. Thanks, Mike. All right. Just small tweaks, really. So understand, members only live streams is happening. The difference between a YouTube membership and a submission subscription. Okay. So, I got a question. Someone wants me to explain the difference between if I sign up for submissions for photo reviews on YouTube and your YouTube submissions. They're separate. And again, you have to understand that YouTube is its own business. Like YouTube is a business. It's a business, one of my businesses. And then the Carty method and my photo submissions are a separate business. Now, although I do them on YouTube, I do them here because the quality is so good. I can't include that $5 in the fee that you pay for photo submissions. There's no way for me to include it or track it. So it is separate. When you pay the money for photo reviews, which is, again, and I've developed a new product. It's called a Portfolio Lab. I'll be releasing it next week. You'll hear all about it. But when you submit for my photo reviews, that includes a photo review. Obviously, it includes 8 of them, which I do on YouTube, which you can watch back at your leisure. But if you want to watch them back live as I'm doing it, that's $5 additional to the money that you're paying for your photo reviews. I hope that's helpful. And again, if you don't want to pay that $5 extra, cool. You just have to watch it after I'm live with commercials. All right. This is Nick Johnson. Nick says, this is another frame of Muhammad from last week's Nike assignment. He wanted to include a subtle nod to his cousin, also a team Nike athlete, who plays football for the national team in Qatar. R5 Mark II, 50mm 1.2. Nicky's got the gear. Hear that? R5 Mark II, 50mm 1.2 L series, ISO 100, 200th of a second at f11. 4 strobes, 22-inch beauty dish with grid, 2 3-foot strip boxes near rear, left, and right, and a 7-inch reflector on the background, which is good old black paper from Savage. This is Nick Johnson. Nick! This is a vibe, Nick. I like the color version. 4 light setup works. The light placement is really good. I like the top-down light. You're getting really good shadow in the brow. Really good light placement here. Nice, simple shadow underneath. Long shadow under here. The outfit is good. The Nike logo is good. The exposure is clean. Let's see where his head drops with the horizon line for the cover. That's a yes. That's a yes. That's a yes. Let's look at this as an 8x10. As an 8x10, Nick, it's like the slightest thing. It feels just a touch claustrophobic on the logo with this. But again, you could easily push down here and just hack his afro, which is totally fine. This is great, Nick Johnson. Really, really strong. Really strong. I mean, I have no complaints. Let's see what my heart rate's saying. Look how calm I am. Look how calm I am. Totally great. Very, very strong, Nick. And again, let's look at this up close. I want to just see my focus. Oh, Nick, look at how good the R5 looks. I mean, Nick has the R5 Mark II. This looks almost identical to what my sensor looks like. This is crazy. So strong. Good retouching. Nice and clean. Really good light. I love the highlight that you have happening back here. And also notice that he didn't lose any exposure in his highlight. That's because this highlight here is a third of a stop over the exposure here. So it's a highlight, but it doesn't burn his black skin out and make his skin go white. You can see it also up here. This is plus a third. That's a third brighter back here. And again, Nick, this is the kind of nuance with a photograph that I do when I shoot my photographs. So Nick, you are on your way. Again, Nick is in my accelerator. I've made him one of the cartel. He's a new cartel member within the last couple of months. And Nick is really starting to see the matrix truly and make the kind of work that is getting him work. And he's getting work already, obviously. And again, you can see the level of care and technically perfect, like knowing how to do the gradient, knowing how to light black skin, knowing how to make black skin glow and give that highlight. You didn't go too far or too low with the exposure. Really true color rendition in the jersey, like really true color rendition in the jersey. Perfect focus everywhere, like not shot at such a shallow depth of field that you're dealing with eyes in focus, nose out of focus. Like literally, this is at that level, Nick, that if I told people this was my picture, they'd believe it. Well done, my guy. Well done. It's an 11 for me. That's Nick Johnson, everybody. Well done, Nick. Taylor's flipping out. Chill out, Taylor. Chill it out. She gets amped, that girl. Liza Hyder's next. This image of Mufasa combined with Nike's Just Do It assignment. After completing a Carty brief, I'd like to photograph my subjects in a relaxed natural light setting. Photographing portraits in direct midday sun combined with a silver reflector is something I've been practicing. D850, 135, 1.8, ISO 100 f8 at 2/50th of a second. This is Liza Hyder. Liza, I love the light. You should definitely get rid of this and this in the background, like just fix the paint, because you can imagine with this and this gone, like I see that too quickly. It becomes really, really clean. Again, I want to make sure that him being squared off that way, like I would rather him either full profile where he's sitting sideways and holding the basketball and he's looking that way, or dead straight on and he's holding the basketball and his legs are like he's dead straight on. For here, we can see this shoulder's dropping lower than that shoulder, which is kind of dropping that side down, and he's holding the ball like very deliberately. And then we're losing his hips because this leg feels like it's too far in. Like I really just want to scooch him that way. Like I'm dying to scooch him that way and square him up. So we're not seeing inside here. We're just seeing this logo squared up and then eye contact. I mean, I know what you're doing. There's like this kind of like, it's almost like painterly. Like I know the look that you're going for and we're close, but this one like misses just a little bit there's just a little bit of lacking in his eyes. I mean, the look, it's so technically on point, but there's just something missing in his eyes as far as what he's thinking about in this minute. So you can see, and specifically because this is his dominant eye and his non-dominant eye is closer, you can see this eye is smaller than this eye, but you're giving that eye the most attention because you're shooting that one front. Eye contact is what makes these eyes balance, and that comes from going straight on. Technically, Liza, like obviously you use Suhail, who's my retoucher, and you can see why you hire a retoucher. So Suhail does Liza's retouching. I recommended him to her. The retouch, like the file is perfect. Like your exposure is perfect, Liza. Focus, everything, and the light. This hard light, I love, 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 love. We just need to work on the body language. That's the thing right now that's really standing out, that needs attention right now, is the body language for me. Let's see this again. So it's just body language, what's going on in his hips and what he's thinking about. Other than that, for me, that's an A. That is a 11. That is an 11 for me. And we have one more photo to review. One more photo. Who would that be? Liza, by the way, thank you for submitting. Did I give you an 11? That's an 11 because it's technically perfect. I just want you to watch the poses. I gotta clean this thing. These fingerprints on this, and it's starting to put some weirdness in here. Yep, I see it. I see it. I gotta clean this thing. Yeah, look, it's all dirty over here. And all dirty over here. Dude, you're grubby chubbies. It's causing some weird reflections there, Carty. All right, our last shooter of the day is Ammon Thompson. Ammon says, another from the high school seniors series, shot on location, tethered in his portable studio with a review screen. The students loved the review screen, being able to see each shot as they were taken. Shot with the XT3 27mm 1.2, ISO 125, 7.1 at 250 a second with 2 strobes. This is Ammon Thompson. Ammon, one of my favorites from this series. This is swaggy, really technically perfect. It's like these get better as you go. Let's look at this as a cover. Really strong, Ammon. And again, like, strong. Great light placement. I want you to notice how he's placed the light high on this side. So you can see the catch light here, but his nose shadow comes down here and joins the shadow that he has here. I mean, this rear light that you have coming in here seems very balanced in exposure for here. This rear light, you're gonna want this to come in like a little bit brighter. You're gonna want this to come, whoa, don't be a circle, be a line. You're gonna want this to come in a bit brighter, like at like plus a third. Don't even ignore what I'm writing there. At plus a third. That's kind of going to give us a nice highlight. Right now, the exposure here is balanced to here almost. It works and does separate him from the background and separate this hat from just blending in the background. Exposure here, Ammon, is absolutely spot on. Your focus is absolutely spot on, like really strong. Really strong. This brings me joy. I'm giving you props. This is an 11 for me. This is a yes, Ammon. I love the tone. Like, again, you can't really control what they're wearing, but this kid is wearing the right outfit. The backwards hat, like everything kind of just works. And it's a very disciplined portrait, which is spot on. This is a yes for me. Yes, Taylor. Yes, 11. Yes, smoke. Yes, applause. Yes, mental math. Well done, Ammon Thompson. Very, very, very well done. Very well done, mister. Guys, we've reached the last submission. Now, let's talk about Photo of the Week and Best in Show. and next week's assignment. You're going to want to know next week's assignment. But first, let me quickly do a review of who will be this week's photos of the week. Photos of the week. We got 1, we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we got a lot. All right. We got a lot. Starting with your first photo of the week goes to Ian Martin. Photo of the week, Ian. Well done. Again, I do want to see another view of this Bugatti. I really would love to see it from the front, but you absolutely smashed this. Very well done, Ian. Great image. Great shot. Multiple images composited to one single image. This is a photo of the week. Ian Martin. Congratulations, Ian. All right. Our next photo of the week. Our next photo of the week.
Our next photo of the week winner goes to
Anna Kaya. Anna, congratulations. That's a photo of the week for me. Photo of the week for Anna. Congratulations, Anna. That is a clean photo of the week. What are my photo of the week requirements? I decide that's too hard a question to answer. Someone can answer that. I'm judging these photographers against themselves. Photo of the week means they leveled up and they created something that's industry worthy. All right. Next photo of the week. Photo of the week. Lamont DeSalle. Lamont. Color, composition, styling, clothing. Remember what I talked about. I'm not going to talk about it now, but right now I'm giving you accolades only. Enjoy the accolades. That's a photo of the week, my guy. Congratulations. Our next photo of the week.
our next photo of the week winner.
Goes to Anton Dudis with this picture right here, Anton. Anton, when you look at your photographs standalone, like you really, when you look at your photographs standalone, your photographs hit so hard. They hit so hard, and I'm so hard on you because I'm trying to put you in a place, and I'm trying to get you in a place, and I need you to see yourself in a certain way. But the way that you shoot places, portraits, like you do this incredibly well. I just want you to be as assaholic as I am with my work, with your own work. There's no resting. All your photos are shit, is what you tell yourself. And just keep looking at the absolute best. We're getting you there. This is an excellent example. And again, that is a photo of the week from Anton Duras. Well done, Anton. Well done. Our next photo of the week. This shooter, I'm very happy that this shooter went outside his comfort zone and really worked hard for this photo. You know, like truly worked hard for this photo. And I see it. And I'm giving the accolades. This next photo of the week goes to Taylor Valentine. Taylor, photo of the week, buddy. Congratulations. Climbed a mountain for this photo. Crampons. The crampons are the ad. It's an ad for crampons. It's a great idea. Good execution. Taylor Valentine. Well done, Taylor. Our next photo of the week. These new accelerator members, I've like 10, 11, 12 new people in my like 100 and many said they wanted to be in my accelerator. You got to do the work. You got to do work to be on my accelerator. Like, it's a process, you know? And only 11 got in. So congratulations. This next shooter. Photo of the week from Charles Fortin. Charles, there you go, buddy. Photo of the week. Remember everything I said about the composition and composing on the thirds, okay? Remember about composing on the thirds? This is an excellent photo. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Excellent. Well done. Next photo of the week goes to... Why, it's Nick Johnson. Photo of the week. Congratulations, Nick. Well done. Well done. This is 2 wins with this same session for you. 2 different edits. 2 different, one black and white, one color. Very well done, Nick. Very well done. Congratulations. That's a photo of the week. And... Liza Hyder. Liza... Again, remember what I said, but technically, the light, you are on to something here. Please keep on this light. You're inspiring me to do this light again, which I've done this light lots, but it's so fun. That like making strobe look like sun is what we're doing. You're making studio light look like sun in studio, and you can do it. If you ask me nicely, I'll tell you how. That is Liza Hyder. Congratulations, Liza, with that photo of the week. Liza, well done. Well done, Liza. Liza, your crown's pretty big. Look how big your crown is, girl. Anton, look how big your crown is, Anton. Holy moly. And our last and final photo of the week goes to the one and only Amond Thompson with this photo right here. Amond, thank you. Sorry, I didn't give you a drum roll. I was on the wrong camera. Amond wins with this photo of the week. Very well done. This is one of my favorites from your student senior portraits series. Mike says it's not about the size of the crown. It's about the motion of the motion of the posing. Is that what you're saying, Mike? Amond, well done. Guys, everybody who won photos of the week, thank you. Everybody who submitted, thank you. Oh, but best in show, Carty, best in show. What about best in show? And what about next week's assignment? Please tell me what about next week's assignment. Best in show, eh? Yeah, you know, there's no best in show this week. There's no best in show. The photos of the week are enough. The photos of the week, as far as like just so far ahead of the curve that they deserve to be best in show. Not yet. Like everybody, those are the photos of the week. There's no best in shows this week. Yay. But that's okay. I don't do best in show every week. Only when there's work that warrants being called out as like the best of the best of the best. And now your assignment. This week's assignment, and I'm telling you this early, okay? You're only learning this because you're watching on a Tuesday. This is the only reason, because I don't tell you what this assignment is until Thursday. But I'm telling you because you made it to the end of this episode where you get a little bit of a secret to learn what this assignment's going to be. So the assignment for Thursday, January the 30th, which is next week, Thursday, you have 2 extra days to plan. This assignment will be posted on Thursday, and I will again repeat what this assignment is on Thursday's episode, and it will be posted. This week's assignment for week 4 is strategic imperfection. I'm going to say it again. This week's assignment is strategic imperfection. The brief is, I want you to create an image that highlights how perfection is an illusion, okay? I want you to strive for authenticity, oddity, humor, or imperfection in a strategic way, a way that consumers would take notice, in a way that would stop the scroll. You can shoot double page, meaning horizontal, 2 pages in a magazine, or you can shoot vertical, which is cover. I am giving you the option to shoot both ways because strategic imperfection is already a difficult assignment. You guys remember the Nike assignment. If you're a people photographer, you could highlight a person making an obvious error while performing a task. You could document someone who would be expected to look perfect, but in a humorous way or in a disheveled way, in an authentic way. Places shooter, you could capture an immaculate space with one element out of alignment or one area messy or an area that should be clean totally out of alignment. You could show a perfectly symmetrical architecture shot with one intentionally misaligned element or something out of place. If you shoot things, you could do a lineup of identical products with one that's flawed or one different or one upside down. You could showcase a perfect setup disrupted by chaos. So that is, sorry, that's my mistake. That's the assignment for this Thursday. I'm drunk. That's the assignment that you guys are working on right now. That's the assignment that you're working on right now. Nick is like, that's this Thursday's assignment. What's next week's? All right. I messed up. All right. So next week's assignment, the assignment for next Thursday, I was just reviewing again. I'm sorry. I should have taken that out. Remind me, Garan, next week we can take that out. We don't have to do it twice. I'll just do it at the front of the show. So next week's assignment, which is February 6th. Okay. It'll be due Wednesday, midnight. This assignment, ignore everything I just said because I just told you again what Thursday's assignment is. Next week's assignment is called Breaking Barriers. Breaking Barriers. The brief is, I want you to create an image that shows how you've broken barriers in your photography. I want you to photograph something outside of your comfort zone. I want you to push boundaries. I want you to unlock a new skill. Push your boundaries to unlock a new skill. If you've never used lights, this is the assignment that you use lights the first time. If you always shoot with lights, this is the time that you shoot natural light. I want you to try to unlock a new technique, a new skill, or a stylistic choice. I want you to break the boundaries of your environment. If it's winter where you are, go shoot in the snow. Do something that you've never done before. I want you to break barriers with this shoot, with your skill set or your own mental blocks. Like, oh my God, I would never have done that, but I did this for this assignment because Carty asked me to. This is the week that you discover something new about yourself. This is a horizontal assignment. Okay, the one that I talked about, which is the assignment that's due tomorrow, you can do vertical or horizontal. This particular one is a horizontal assignment for breaking barriers because I want to lock you in to shooting double page spreads, which means not composing on the thirds. The assignment for next week, February the 6th, is a horizontal assignment. Apologize, C. Turner, that you were having deja vu. So think about how you can break barriers with this assignment as well as staying within your niche. Like you have to shoot something within your niche, but in a way that you've never done it before. If you're a people photographer, you could experiment with a new style of lighting. You could photograph your subject from a perspective that you've never thought about before. You could just do something different. And again, you have to break a boundary. That's not, oh, I've never shot standing here. So it's like, try harder. Like seriously, this is going to be a tricky one because only you will know the barrier that you're breaking. And next, if you're a places photographer, be bold with your composition. Experiment with an unusual angle or a perspective, a top down. Give me something. If you shoot things, I want you to photograph something that you've never shot before, something you don't usually experiment with. That means you, Taylor Valentine. I want you to use an advanced lighting style that has intimidated you in the past. Try to light with LEDs. I want you guys to be breaking through barriers. This is what this assignment brief is called. It's called breaking barriers. If you've never shot like an ad, if you've never done spec before, like go to the store, buy a product, photograph it, and then tag the company. Like I want you to do something that you've never done before. And the thing about this assignment, in your description, tell me what barrier you're breaking. It's very important. You need to tell me what barrier you're breaking, because I'm not going to just observe it, okay? If you've never used lights before, I won't know that. I look at lots of photographers. Tell me what barrier you're breaking, okay? Guys, I hope today brought you value. Understand that Thursday will be the last live show that you can watch without a membership. So we're going to make Thursday a banger. We're going to make Thursday super fun. And of course, please hit the join button. My God, it's $5. But YouTube is supposed to be free. It's like, YouTube is free. You can watch you can watch all my content for free. But find me a live event that's not ticketed. You know what I mean? You want to go see your favorite band live? It costs money. You know what I mean? So this is me actually right now live talking to you. You can ask me a question and I answer it. Owen, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. Guys, I hope that brought you value. And again, thank you for popping me above 200 members. We're going to set our next goal for 300. We're going to just keep our goals going. And again, you're going to be seeing streams that you're going to want to watch. You're going to click it and it's going to be like, oh, sorry, you have to be a member to watch this. So hopefully my titles and my content is going to continue to get good, get better. And working on a new video, big photo shoot tomorrow. I might live stream for my members. Jason's assisting me. He hasn't assisted me in a while. I miss him. Guys, that was the show. Hope you enjoyed.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.
Well, it really indeed does seem like every single person on my members list, because I got gifted over 25 members, it seems like every single one of you are new members. So if you've made it to the end of this and you've been gifted a membership, you're going to see your name scroll across the top of the screen, because all of you have been gifted and all of you are new. And of course, if you've discovered me recently and you're one of the last 25 subscribers that have found me, you're going to see your name scroll across the bottom of the screen. Guys, I appreciate you. Again, the members are how I'm going to take this whole channel to 100,000 subscribers. And again, subscribing. If you're watching my content, make sure you're subscribed. Honestly, especially if you're hearing my voice and you made it to the end of this video. Make sure you're subscribed. Share my content if you like my vibe and you think your audience might like me as well.